Joel, we're back, and we are talking today about helping clients understand the value of your company. But that I assume you mean not Doc's.
Not Doc's, any company, USA.
Now, you and I have both talked about the lack of respect in general for the cleaning industry.
All the time.
What sort of specific challenges do you face, or maybe I should ask, your clients face, in just conveying, we know what we're doing, dear customer, you probably don't?
Do we have 10 years?
This is a 5-minute podcast, brother.
Oh, boy. Companies that are in business, and it doesn't matter whether it's a school, a manufacturing, a church, retail, whatever, they do what they do best. They're not cleaning people.
Right.
A lot of us in our industry have our certifications. We've gotten additional education, things like that. So we're trying to do a better job at our careers, just like a retailer is going to understand what they have to do to market to get people to buy more product per square foot. So we learned how to clean more square feet per hour at a higher level. And so we have the expertise where a lot of our clients don't. And actually, I have several instances where things like that have happened in this week's repertoire of things that I have gone and done already. I had a church call me. They were like, "Oh, we're on our 8th cleaner in the month of January."
8 in January?
Just 8 in January. And they're trying to train them in-house. Obviously, the pastor that works there, that's not what he knows best. He's preparing sermons. He shouldn't be training the person how to go about cleaning a toilet.
So the idea that he's cleaned his own toilet means you can clean any toilet.
And they're having issues with the overall quality for obvious reasons because they're not qualified. And it's not to say that that's a bad thing because they do what they do. His job is to save souls. My job is to keep people healthy in a clean environment, just like any other company. Another one was a manufacturing firm. They called me, scheduled an appointment. I got there. He came to the door and he says, "Oh my gosh, my HR department hired a new custodian today. I meant to call you."
So they went in-house.
Well, they were in-house, and they were going to continue to try to go in-house, I guess.
Okay, help me out here. You had an appointment. He was going to cancel. They hired someone on staff.
Mm-hmm.
Connect the dots for me on this one. I guess I'm a little lost.
Well, their thought process was it's better to have their own employee do the work.
Okay.
And they had been for the beginning of time, I guess.
So, all right.
They were looking to outsource it because they also have had a lot of turnover in that role for the month of January.
Okay, so in the interim, they had someone, they went through who knows how many, decided this wasn't the way to go. Let's hire someone from outside. Someone decided to get another person. They hired them inside, forgot to contact you.
You got it.
Okay, so now your boots on the ground.
Yeah.
What happened?
So I drive there, and he says, "Oh, I meant to call you." So that's some of the, maybe the disrespect in the industry.
Sure.
Oh, well, if my time's not important.
You wouldn't do that to your dentist.
Correct. That is a moment of truth.
What do you do there, Joel?
Well, what I did, and what most people should do, is say, well, it's not a waste of my time. Let's still go on the walkthrough. Because you've had high turnover this past month. You called me out of frustration. Let me still walk the space because you're telling me that this place closes at 3:30 in the afternoon, and you called me at 8:30 at night one night because you were having to do the work because the person had quit on you.
That sounds like a great use of his time.
Exactly. You could tell that he let the gears work a little bit. So we went on a walkthrough and we're measuring everything. And, I'm asking questions because he didn't even have a scope of work. He's basically, empty the trash. Fill the supplies. And it just kind of.
Whatever.
Yes. Kind of lackadaisical approach of, we all know that that's not how it's going to be if you're cleaning it.
I wonder why it's failing now.
While we're walking, he says, well, can you clean carpets and can you refinish floors? Well, yes. I also noticed your facility has LED lighting. In some areas, not all areas, there's still rebates right now in New York State that you can have, and part of that get covered. As well as it is a manufacturing and I can smell all the lubricants in the air.
Yeah.
Plus it's cold and flu and COVID season. And oh boy, right now there's a big outbreak of TB out in Kansas, and there's, noroviruses.
What I'm hearing from you is, dear prospect, you were just about to blow me off, and I presented you a batch of information that there's no reason you would know, but there's every reason you should know. And now you know I know.
You got it. So as we were finishing the walkthrough, he's like, I wish I hadn't had HR hire an individual right now because I'm blown away with the knowledge that you have. And I've never met a cleaning company or contractor that has been as knowledgeable as yourself. And this is why I press the importance of training and educating yourself as a business owner so that you can get over the hump and you can handle a situation where they're going to turn you away at the door and turn it around into an opportunity.
You know, Joel, there's a previous episode that we ran about how much should you give away. Some of that was service. More of it was communicating knowledge and expertise. We'll link to that at the bottom of this podcast. Advice for the business owner who finds themselves stuck in this place where they're met with disrespect or dismissed.
There's so many different ways you can close deals. And a big part of that is reading the person and the facility that you're in. Find their pain point. Talk to them about their pain point. Point out obvious things that maybe are obvious to you. They might not be obvious to them because in this case, this gentleman's been covering 2 hats, 2 jobs, and working double the hours in order to get everything done that he's supposed to. If you hire a coach, particularly in the industry that we're in, because we are a special breed and a special type of industry, that a lot of the traditional sales books don't necessarily work. So having boots on the ground and understanding facilities maintenance on top of custodial maintenance makes a huge difference in how you can sell a job to a facilities manager because their time is just as valuable as yours, even though they may not always see your time as valuable.
Joel, that's great advice. And I have said it before. I will say it again. You are one of the most resilient people I know. Folks in your industry definitely need that.
Thank you, Ray.
Thank you, Joel.
You're welcome.